It's underappreciated how on these third downs he's able to shoot gaps. He gets inside of 82 right there, Troutman, the tight end. He's so long, and he has such great lateral.
55 seconds left.
Yeah, just speed. Now they try to counter this by rolling out Justin Fields to his right, saying, look, we're going to single up over there on the left side, but we're going to run.
In there, Rodgers stepped right into him, got frozen when he saw him on the spin move, backed into the end zone.
Up as a tight end, so you got to be ready right now to be able to make that play. Nick Bonito very...
Last time he tried to jump inside here, so he's trying to move. So what do? You got to slow that guy down. He's the most chipped human being on earth.
That's an excellent job. So they were going to try to pick something up. High percentage pass, keep the clock running, but...
Going the heck with this. I'm just going to treat Pipkins like he's not even there, and I'm going to get the quarterback.
Really been challenging Bonito and others to attack the football. Look for that right elbow and get that ball out. They've not been able to create as many turnovers as you would think with all these sacks, only 7 on the year. And you can see Bonito right there. He got around the corner and he's ripping to try to get to that. It's just an offensive line that is going up against a very talented group up front. And I tell you, I think Zach Allen.
We saw some of that. Got their leading sacker, Tuipulotu, on the outside. Going to apply some pressure, but already, anytime that we're seeing that.
Cooper on one side, here's Bonito on the other. Look at this get off. Watch the ball snapped. I mean, that is a lot of pressure, and he even gets his left hand in there to just.
The hand.
And it's 6th sack of this first half, and it's Bonito again with DJ Clay's second-year guy out of Maryland, just not able to hold up.
Some linemen are expecting him to be one place. They stunt the other way, and he gets right up the field, and that's what Jeff Hafley.
There, Mayer, he's going to go out for a route. There's Brock Bowers goes by, the right tackle.
With the guard and just completely blows past him for the tackle. Almost goes too far underneath it.
We have to respect our rush lanes. Otherwise, this guy will take advantage. And how about Zach Sealer? Couldn't get back to the quarterback.
On the Dolphins.
He filled it this time, didn't he? He fit perfectly.
Going, man, this guy could just power me. And then all of a sudden he does the double hand swipe. And so gifted as an athlete. Dude just flat doesn't get tired, plays so hard all game long.
Canales said he's always been a great run stopper. But this year he's been
Lions on defense.
Yeah, just watch how smart Aiden Hutchinson is. He stops. You see that most defensive ends, they think they have a free shot to...
Plus several Buck defenders. Watch Vita Vea here. Just throws Wilson like a rat.
When you made this trade, here he is coming from the outside, number 41. A little dip under Brian O'Neill right there. That was the only pressure. Everything else had kind of held up good.
Watch the little in and that little crossover, and then he makes contact with the shoulder.
Eventually, he got pressure from 9 on the backside, Tyree Wilson. And that's why he ended up just trying to heave.
And I think the one thing that everybody talked about when we discussed the defense and getting people back was just how smart he is. And you can see right there, he's not going to get past Roger Rosengarten to get to the quarterback. So
they had a chance to put this game away to some degree by making it 14. And when you play
Team right, you have both tight ends making this block. And watch, he splits between both of them. I don't know if they thought, I mean, This is, he's still getting it done. That time Lucas is trying to pull over from the backside and kick him out defensively today.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to find him. He's amazing. We hear that phrase, chess pieces, and Kyle Hamilton is one of those guys.
Gets the block.
That determination right there, not conceding any point.
On the edge, and he goes sideways, and you can see how quickly Andrew Van Ginkel was on his upfield shoulder.
Right here off the edge, a free hitter. I don't know if Michael's expecting the offensive line to slide there as he turns his back.
The way the center is going to go. If the center comes this way towards Allen, that's going to free up John Franklin Myers on the other side in a one-on-one opportunity. It's the 3rd time tonight that the interior, which
The lightning bolts, quickness from Schlesinger, the rookie.
Boy, they are glad, especially with the ball and the weather.
You're going to get inside, and then rip around. And by the time your quarterback dodges the first one, the other 2 edge rushers get there. They have the Pittsburgh Steelers. You have to figure out how to block these edges. And it's pure speed around the outside. Fisk couldn't get it done after that timeout. Help and some chips during the course of the night. but this was what one-on-one situation, and he was just unable to make that block.
To the energy back in the stadium after a touchdown here by Bo Nix, and right away they throw it. They try to throw the football, and there it is on the inside. Malcolm Roach, DJ Jones, Malcolm Roach, John Franklin Myers. A lot of these guys get overlooked.
The left tackle, he thinks he's going to come wide, so he starts out to his left, and Hunt comes right underneath him, and he's right there in the backfield, and Jacobs has nowhere to go.
Just watch Spillane right here. He's going to just fly right through and disrupt all the blocking assignments, and we already know how good this interior.
Oh, four-man rush here on Jordan Love. He had one in the flat. He could have taken it right away. He also...
Watch him. He's the one that's going to get the initial pressure, and then the cleanup sack's going to come after that. Gets right around Vidal, forces a step up in the pocket.
Hey, out here.
Daniil Hunter is not human.
Job just building a wall, and I never like just the horizontal runs where you never get a chance to put your foot in the ground. Great penetration.
You come up here, and then you expect the quarterback to step up and through, which Aaron Rodgers has been doing a lot of. He does that. Aaron takes a step up, former teammate.
Just take a look at Roy Lopez. He's making sure that he gets penetration. He's going up against Tyler Biadasz.
Good one-on-one rush by Bradley Chubb at the bottom of your screen against Deion Dawkins. That left hand just...
When you see this kind of run-stuffing ability, it just makes you feel good because the way that they play defense, again...
The Pro Bowl, you're going to see him coming off of the edge, and Kelvin Shepard said that this is the one part of his game he wants to improve. He's going to send him more. He wants him violent.
Second sack by the defense today.
Well, just the pressure off the edge. We've seen this multiple times now where they overload.
35-0, and the Cardinals sticking right with it with a beautiful knockaway right there.
Yeah, Sweat's the one that reaches in and knocks the ball out of his hand, and he's also the one that continues. Watch as he reaches out with his left hand, knocks the ball loose, and then is able to get the recovery. Well, this time they bring 5. And they're able to win some one-on-ones and just not let him go.
For Seattle.
Once again, it's going to be as his arm coming forward. It looks to me like that ball is knocked out before it starts moving forward.
And their defense puts the final cherry on top of the sundae.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Only fitting that the defense ends it for the Houston Texans. They protected the sideline. Will Anderson gets home.
So you're going to have the guard pull, and you're going to have a tight end coming to the window. You got 2 guys pulling, and nobody touches him. They both run right by him. As this play happens, look, neither one of them block him. He just comes free. Here's the blitz right here. You see the highlighted player. He's going to be the one that comes free. They brought 4 to the left and only had a 3-man protection. Lawrence is able to scoop it up and take it in and score.
Jermaine Illuminor, the right tackle. You can see the center's working right. Just keep kicking. Keep kicking. You have the widest rusher. That's C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
I want you to watch on the outside right here. He's going to rush. It's a TE, and he gets great leverage, gets inside. Doesn't allow Baker to set his feet, and somehow
coming into it today, and here he's just going to wrap around. This is a great stunt designed by the Texans defensive coordinator, Matt Burke. And Hunter up the middle, right in Trevor's face. Nowhere. We said there'd be a heavy dose of ETN. Daniil Hunter said, I don't want a heavy dose of Travis Etienne. Just blows up this play deep in the backfield before it has a chance to get going. You mentioned a little.
He had to move out of the pocket again, so what does that suggest? Coverage is good. That allows Fitzpatrick to get into hot pursuit, and he and Willie Gay Jr. finish him off.
Yeah, but it's going to be Teddy Buchanan right here, number 40, that kind of squeezes everything down. He comes across in motion, but comes on the blitz, gets inside of T.J. Hawkinson and forces.
That Jim Schwartz's defense needed. A great job by McGuire to just work upfield and get his hands on Breece Hall.
Wreaked havoc here.
Well, we'll just go ahead and watch the interior. They're going to close this pocket down, and Baker, one of the keys to the game, that should have been a sack on most quarterbacks. Ponder couldn't get him down. But then the cavalry comes in.
So many pressures right here. Alontae Taylor right there. So many pressures. You're double teaming the outside, and you're just bringing Alontae Taylor right there in that C gap. And at some point, you would think the Carolina Panthers, big hit by Alontae Taylor.
Yeah, did you think after injury, and now he's got his chance.
Yeah, it's like the exact same play we saw the Giants run on 4th down when Van Roten chopped the end, and this time
that the Cleveland Browns play, their backers are fast to flow. They're fast to hit the line of scrimmage. And a lot of times it's really tough.
Watch the middle right here, Williams. Right away wins fast. Now you move into Tonga. Ball's got to get out.
And a really good defensive call by defensive coordinator Bobby Babbage. Him and Sean McDermott do a good job collaborating, calling the plays.
E.J. Speed just playing great linebacker ball there, following the fullback. Takes him right to the play and meets Etienne in the backfield.
Watch what he does coming off this edge. Chipped, and then just, Conklin looks like maybe he's fallen back on his own.
Around the back of his block and just cuts back out towards the sideline to get a good angle. And you also have to give a lot of credit to the edge. Danielle Hunter set an edge through a double team to turn.
Talked about the edge pressure. You're going to get edge pressure off of here. Jordan's going to go inside. And, I mean, you look at it. That is just a busted protection. Rico Dowdle was picked.
McDonald is here, but they're also going to get pressure wrapping around Johnson from this side. And so you got double pressure. Both guard and tackle go to kick out McDonald. He fights with it. And the Jets with a great sequence. The pass rush, Spiro, for the New York Jets is one of those areas in
Watch Gibbons right here. He's going to go ahead and guard the tailback, and he sprints right to it. And that's why he had to go back inside. It was going to be a screen that cuts back in, but White knows Gibbons was coming. Just fundamentally sound.
Inside, which is both defensive tackles, they're going to cross and create a pick. And it just opens wide open. There's 3-on-2, which you would think is an advantage, but Jacksonville's Stunt is able to use it against them and create a sack, something.
Piers and Jason, you noticed this early. Watch Bosa make this play in the hole. But look at his left hand. That's a full club on his hand.
Example of what the Texans' defensive front is. Will Anderson Jr. goes up the field and gets in Trevor Lawrence's face, forces him to backpedal right into Danielle Hunter, who for some reason was being blocked by a tight end for that entire play one-on-one. That matchup is not going to be a good one for the Jaguars.
Working across the face of Corbett right here, 63, who is back in. He's one of those guys that can slid back in. And anytime you get a guy on your inside, you want to keep him on your inside. Don't get across his face. Don't get in the middle of him.
Yeah, sometimes it's just hard for a guy to kind of get, upfield in the pass rush, and you kind of get pulled right into the play. And he's just kind of drifting across the line, and Daniel Fa'alele, can't kind of get in between. He's got to kind of work to get to his inside. So
I'm not sure what Illuminor, the right tackle, you see him, he points out, and they've got their center.
Yeah, it's going to come right here from the outside. Ryan O'Neal just kind of gets a little bit wide on that first step, and he's able to get back inside. You have those defensive stunts, and you're moving to the right.
You can see a little twist game right here. Zaire Franklin starting on the left-hand side. A little step up. Wheels back. A tackling machine. It's fun talking to him throughout the week.
For the Falcons defense, a season high.
Yeah, I believe that was supposed to be a handoff. And how many times has this young defense stepped up, bringing pressure, challenging. Young guys coming from, we talked about them. We'll see the pressure coming here, the run pressure, bodies everywhere, but see them from the top of your screen. But they are so excited about their rookie class. Dylan Walker creating the pressure and the fumble right there. James Pierce, Xavier Watts, Billy Bowman. I mean, they got a great young nucleus of players on the defensive side. One thing that you can't have happen. Second and short situation if you're Daniel Jones. Come back. Good coverage on the back end, but find a way to get rid of the football. Huge play there by Ellis.
The Falcons opt not to take.
Well, they're walking everybody up. What we saw earlier on the fumble. Don't know who's going to come here. They end up dropping everybody else out. Nice job by Robinson to be able to take the chip off there, but threw Michael Penix off.
To Bo Nix right now.
Yeah, we saw Denver's defense do a good job with coverage, and nothing Geno Smith could do. It's the same thing here. I mean, Adam Butler's more of a big anchor up front. But because of the coverage downfield, Bo Nix has got to have that internal clock that he talks about. That one's got to, he wants to get out of there.
On Jordan Love, and this is an offense in the Packers that has been really good. Back realizes he's pulling up and goes up and bats it down. I just want to make mention again of that takeaway.
Yeah, I've been calling for the Stars, and it's been Cam Hayward here in the second half with 2 of these big pass deflections. Just times it perfectly. And on third down, that's everything you need.
Well, we saw Chris Boswell hit a 50.
Spikes it to the turf.
Yeah, again, just kind of working that middle of the field and good progression. And it's C.J. Okoye there, number 91, the big guy. Comes Kyle Hamilton. Boom, look at that. Face mask right in.
Again, and coming up there, you can tell right now we feel like, hey, man, if we can get in your quarterback's face, especially.
And that's where that pressure has come from. They've got 16 sacks given up on that interior. That part right there. And that's Travis Jones continuing to work again. In this offense, you could have gotten conservative to make sure, in best case scenario, you keep that clock running. And Andrew Van Ginkel, what a great job. And then Lamar Jackson batting it down. But that is outstanding.
But looks like they're going to bring out the field goal team here. Zone read, Danielle Hunter not fully buying that Trevor Lawrence was. Off this side of your screen over here, you'll see he's just going to do a simple rip move right around the edge. He was off the ball so fast and able to get that corner.